part about the halftime shows, like getting the audience involved, and that's why it's so good to have a musical performance. You get people like singing and dancing and all having a good time. Everybody watches the game, so everybody watches the commercials, and the commercials are just known all over the world for being really fun, and people really, people really love to watch them. So, it's really great to be a part of that. And I went to a game in 2014, and so that was really fun to actually be there and feel the energy, and that was awesome. As a child, I was constantly outside, riding horses, and I also grew up as a gymnast, and I played netball and basketball, and I love to, be physically active. I'll be at home. I'll be at home having a party of my own. My dad taught me how to drive when I was really young. I could just see over the steering wheel. And, my grandparents had a big farm, so I learned how to drive on the farm. It was, incredible. And I taught so many of my friends how to drive because it was stick shift. I like to drive both. Obviously automatic's easier, but stick shift is fun. It's been so much fun on set. It's myself and Cam Newton, along with this really cute little football peewee team. And so there's a lot of little surprises that you'll get to see, but we've all had a great day. I really love the Buick Cascada because it's I don't know, it's fun to have the wind in your hair, and it's you feel safe driving that car, and it's it's playful and fun and stylish all at the same time. I mean, the Encore is also a great car. They're both really, really, they're incredibly safe as well, which I really like. What I'm looking for in a car is safety, reliability, comfort, and of course, style. Well, I mean, Cam's got it all going on in that little get-up that he's got, that football attire. I kind of like that. I wish I could, dress up as one of those outfits. That'd be fun.
Today we're shooting a commercial for Buick for the big game. I had a lot of fun, especially being around a lot of kids that were very energetic, that were very honest, and it was fun. One of the fun stunts that we did today was, the transformation, from regular player to super player, and that's me. And having the opportunity to sling little kids around and not get punished for it, that was the highlight of my day. Well, it's kind of, like a dream for me. Obviously I would prefer to be playing in the big game, but, being affiliated with it, comes in different spectrums. And that's probably the only time where everybody's full tilt of when it first comes on to it goes off, because everybody's watching the game on top of watching the commercials. And for me to have an opportunity to do that, and this being my first time, I'm excited. Sound. And with me doing the research on these cars, I know that they have great noise cancellation. I live close to where I work, so I don't have the luxury of driving because it'd be so fast, but I walk to replace that time. And anything that gives me an opportunity to listen to music, I'm all for it. Well, having kids kind of changed your whole approach of car selection, so I'm gonna have to go with the Encore, and of course, who wouldn't like the top down? But, for me, more realistic, I'll be in the Encore. So, yeah, I think Miranda's the best dresser. By default, though, I think the books were cooked on that question. But, being that she's a supermodel, that doesn't give her any added dimensions, so I'm going to go with myself. But, it's stunning, for me to see a person like Miranda, so humble and fun. So I think she kind of tweaks that one out for me in my book. I think how can you notch over a supermodel? Well, there's a couple people that taught me how to drive. My mom, obviously, and my oldest brother. And I had the luxury of going to high school with my older brother, and he drove to school. So I would try to manipulate him to try to have me, drive to school sometimes. And one of the memories that I can remember is I was trying to drive with 2 feet. Just like, I don't know if anybody else did it, but I did. I tried to put my right foot on the gas and my left foot on the brake, and I surely found out that that's not how you maneuver. And my question was, why? You got 2 feet, you got 2 pedals. But it kind of got tricky when my mom tried to teach me how to, do stick shift. And all the cars that I have, they're automatic, thank God. As far as music, I bless the whole crowd with my DJ ability. I give them what they want. That's kind of like my second career. DJ Ace Boogie, Kemi Cam on the 1s and 2s. So, we'll turn the whole stadium upside down in a good way. It'll be one to remember for the ages, right? My earliest memory of football had to come when I was 7 years old. That's when I started. And it's crazy to even think that I've been playing football for 20 years. And the thing about it is I still have that same feeling about it. The joy that you get, running on the football field, the preparation, the sacrifices that you have to have. And for me to come from the community that I did come from, it's inspiring for me to go back and be able to still touch the same people, from people who played with me in rec ball to also go back to the same parks that I grew up playing in as well. I will encourage my son to do whatever he wants to do. I know football is a very brutal sport, but football doesn't get a lot of credit for bringing a lot of people together. How many people come collectively together for either a potluck or just, hanging out and just having a good time.